Yeah, maybe start off. I don't know if anyone here submitted a design for our joke race contest for Epoch 8 projects that need a rebrand or actually need a logo because they don't have one at all. You can check all the submissions there. It was a massive success with 173 entries. We did not expect so many, so we're super excited to see what the teams end up choosing for their logos. It's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, and we are just 1 week, a little bit less than 1 week before Epoch, well, the allocation window of Epoch 8 starts. So you should see more of, 1 second, more of these things popping around. Themed live streams. For example, this one that is on Monday, the 7th, we're gonna be hosting a few of the programming languages that make Ethereum. That's Viper, Solidity, and Faye, a new Rust-based language that's growing. And if we are talking about those languages, there would be so many more. But no, Renee, it's the programming languages. Funny. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. These 3 projects are part of the Epoch, so you get to learn about them, get to understand what they're doing, and if they're worthy of your votes, worthy of your ETH to get matched. So yeah, highly encourage everyone to attend, and also it's going to be a very fun discussion because we're not just gonna ask them to pitch and kind of like the old dynamic, but we're actually gonna try to engage in a deeper conversation and get to understand the entire kind of programming language space. How they complement each other, maybe how they differ, etc., etc. So should be pretty cool one. Highly. Yeah, on the product side, we have some exciting advances. Not a lot that I can share, but the team is working really, really hard, and soon you will be. Should be pretty cool to start giving sneak previews of how this Octant V2 thing that we've been talking about for so long actually manifests. So yeah, that should be pretty exciting. Hello, oh, Numtel, I need to mute you, sir. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Numtel, we had to mute you because you had a hot mic. But if you want to speak, please say in the chat. Very nice to have you here. I believe you're also part of Circuit Scam, which is part of the Epoch 8 projects. So super cool to have you here, man. And what else? Help me out, guys. What else should we tell our community here? Escape. What am I missing? Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for dropping by. Yeah, pretty excited about the it's gonna be a live stream, but you can also just listen to it in the background if you don't wanna like be like super that it consume all your attention, let's say. Like you can, what I like to do is put it in the background and listen, learn while I'm doing something else. But you can also check it out, should be pretty entertaining. Awesome, thanks, Durgadas. You can now unmute yourself and speak if you wanted to, Numtil. Anything, Numtil, for example, I would highly encourage you to start sharing a little bit about your project. We're gonna start doing a little bit more of these in the next days, but yeah, of course, always happy to hear yeah, from projects, or if anyone else has any questions or feedback or comments about what's happening with Octant, or even your own projects, Ethereum. If you wanna share anything, please feel free.
I mean, I guess I can share it. Yeah, you're right. I have a circuit scan project. I don't really know what to do until the 11th. I haven't seen the light screen or the lights schedule yet, but I'm excited to join. I guess that was the form right now, and with the support of Octant, I'm hoping to get the Noir support up to date, because I did it last October, but I haven't updated it yet. And then I've got a lot of bug fixes to make. There's a ZK wormhole project requires like a terabyte of RAM, so I'm trying to get my AWS account. Things are going, and thanks for the support, Octant.
Amazing, thanks for sharing. And yeah, I believe especially now transitioning to more CK based stuff on Ethereum, I think your product is gonna be very key. So super excited to see it grow, and yeah, excited to see the usage already. So if you, Renee's asking if you can link the project. There you go, circuitscan.org. Awesome, thanks for sharing. Anyone else want to jump in here? Any questions maybe for circuit scan? Hey, Matt.
GM.
Full. Well, We'd love to share this regenerative stack series you're publishing in the Dev Guild. Nice, that's awesome, man. Very cool. Check it out. Let's see. Regenerative stack series. That's cool. Let me read a little bit to understand what it is. Or yeah, maybe Matt, if you wanna talk a little bit about the regen stack. You know about it.
I'm sorry, I got a crying baby over here, and yeah, it's mayhem, so I can't speak.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Hope calms down. Squad staking. How staking 32 ETH in a squad can generate yield and create perpetual funding for public goods. That's very cool. Allo Alliance, an exploration of on-chain capital formation, allocation mechanisms, from streaming funds to cookie jars for growing and distributing capital under various access controls. Greenwill, understanding how tracking regenerative actions and contributions can inform the allocation of funds and community governance. Green goods, using a simple accessible tools to capture impact data and feed it into reputation and governance systems with communities. Capital formation, how this stack can plug into external capital formation mechanisms, particularly by bundling impact into regenerative stack. Our plans to test and analyze the stack's effectiveness, and the roadmap will follow to iterate and scale. Nice, sounds like a super cool series you have going. We'll definitely take a deep dive into this. Excited to see the entire series. But yeah, congrats on that. A lot of hard work you guys have done. I know that. Oh wow. Yeah, some forgotten profile pics. Mental. You.
Doing good.
Nice. Yeah, we were just hearing actually about Circuit Scan, and also AFO shared some cool stuff about Green Pill. And I know you, Melson, don't want to put you on the spot here, but I know you're also building something cool, and are also your project is also part of Epoch 8. So if you want to share a little bit, that would be, I think everyone here would be pretty excited to hear. And this is also going to be recorded, so maybe other people, especially GLM holders, are interested in hearing from you.
Yeah, sure. So in our case, we are building Samba, that is a portal node in Java. We have started this project last year and been working with Derek, that is also on the node. And the idea is to address by portal. Although there are certain shifts in the direction that the network is going, that's happened recently. The idea is to address in a decentralized way how to access Ethereum data. One in Java using a library from Take1Besu. And from that point, we have been trying to catch up with the specs. We have most of the hype tests. Actually, hype-based tests are the one that let us know if we are following the specs correctly. And although we don't have a production ready now, we are working on that. During June, there were certain shifts on the direction of the network. So the backlog might shift a bit or shift quite a lot, maybe depending on the direction it will take. Because the idea is not to have it a node as a standalone solution that was originally, but have it more coupled to the execution layer in order to provide value as soon as possible. It depends on the adoption of the execution layer client, how this happens. And we will try to address those needs and follow the spec. Actually, it's an interesting solution, but it takes a lot of effort. And this idea of having standalone and also integrating with Besu, that is actually the client that will take that lead, and the new things that should change in terms of this new roadmap that is being expected by a lot of people now. In June, the team was reduced, so it's now we are in the middle of that, trying to address different the needs, try to follow the specs, and during these weeks we are having those conversations, understanding what is the direction, the new changes on the specs, this idea of not being able to be standalone. Yeah, we are like waiting for things to happen, and at the same time trying to see what path we take. Yeah, so I'm open for questions if there are any questions.
Sharing Nelson.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. Has any questions here? I'm particularly curious about, you said like the teams got reduced, and now this is kind of in the hands of the execution client. So how out, like, do you think it's a uphill battle, or you think it's gonna be
about that? Things are maybe a bit more complex because the team that was lead the initiative got shifted. But my expectation is that we might have certain velocity in having something ready sooner or later. In a long-term big vision, things might be more. But it also depends on the adoption. It depends a lot of things that happened before in other situations, but a lot of things should be synchronized, and the adoption may happen, the adoption may not. Coded things will not happen, you see. So that was our main goal. Let's have the node working on somehow working, and from that point, if adoption happens, it will be way easier to adopt something that is already developed than trying to develop and then adopt it. And of course, we are competing with other solutions that may appear and other priorities, but yeah, so.
makes sense. And how do you think funding from Octant can help you overcome those challenges? For example, Circuit Scan here was sharing that the funding will help him scale to have more capacity. For you, I imagine can be maybe something more related to adoption or like speed of development? Curious to hear.
Yeah,
about that.
in our case, we cannot control adoption. You see, so funds are directly related to the allocated time, and that is allocated with the speed, and that's allocated with finishing things that are pending, finishing things that are being changing, and being being on the discussions and having attention. So mainly is that. So adoption is something that will happen later, and yeah, it's not, in our case, it's not scaling. It's like polishing what we have, catching up with other clients, and maybe also helping on the integration. You see. So, for example, right now, the direction has changed, as I mentioned. Later, we have to incorporate those specs into our node and make certain changes in the architect inside the node, and decide if we want to spec that is being coupled with execution layer, and that takes time. That takes development time, focus, and the funds will let us focus fully on somebody. Something I've been doing with the other funds we got, but right now things are more more.
Cool. A live stream scheduled with you guys from Samba, so to that, and I think we matched you with some other projects that are also working on stuff related to like the things that are closer to the core of Ethereum, let's say. So yeah, excited to hear more in depth about that. But also, I want to ask anyone here if you have any questions or any comments for Melson or anything that you want to share or ask. If you cannot speak, feel free to use the chat box as well. I can read the question or the comment for you.
Yeah, and as soon as possible, or chat me on Discord or Telegram or Twitter. I'm open to that. Or Derek, that is also working on this, is also open to that. So I guess that's all for me. I need to go. I need to rush on another meeting. But I appreciate this time, Nico, and let's talk later.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you for popping by, and we won't keep you any longer. I think this was super insightful, and yeah, I hope you recruited some more GLM lockers from all the info you gave, and looking forward to hearing more.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
See you around,
Bye-bye.
man.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Are you guys hiring? If this question, I don't know, Nelson had to go, so that's unfortunate, but I don't know their answer. Octant is not hiring at the moment, as far as I know, but we've been growing quite fast, so maybe there's something I'm not aware of. Durgadas, if you know something I don't, please let us know. Thank you, Lumina. Yeah. Really humbled to be among such amazing people. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for asking, Georgidas. Questions or comments or anything you want to share? Maybe let me do a quick recap of the call for those who just joined or joined late. We started sharing that we had 173 entries to the Design for Ethereum competition. That was amazing, and didn't expect it to go so big. So we're excited to see the results, and good luck to all the participants. We're super happy you participated. Let me share the link again for you to check out the submissions if you want to see them. And the other thing is we're gonna start hosting live streams with the projects for in 1 week plus 1 day from today, in 8 days. So make sure to check it out. Check out our X account for these live streams. They're gonna be super fun, thematic, so that you can learn something and see how these projects also interact with each other. The first one that I just shared is about programming languages on the Ethereum ecosystem. And the next thing, well, we had Numtel, key solution that helps. It's kind of like an explorer for circuits, so very useful for CK tech. And we had AFO from Greenpill share that they're working on a regenerative stack series from the stuff that they've built. We're sharing it again here for those who want to check it out. And we had just now we had Melson from Samba, who was telling us about his project to that is a client for Ethereum portals. So yeah, pretty exciting tech that these people are building. And yeah, if anyone wants, now is the time. All right, let's wrap it up there. Thank you everyone for coming. Thanks to the projects who shared their updates, and stay tuned for the results of the design competition, and see you. Dragons Den with what I had planned for last week. It should be pretty fun. So looking forward to seeing you there. It's gonna be really fun. So I would suggest bring friends. It's gonna be quite fun. All right. Bye everybody. Thank you for coming.